Goals, goals, goals. I know some people are tired of setting goals because of the disappointments that comes with setting goals. Many people have tried, to set different goals. You hear a motivational speaker talk about setting goals, and you try your best, but you keep on being frustrated and disappointed because you end up not, achieving those goals, and you just say, well, I'm tired of all this. I'm no more setting goals. I'll just live my life as it comes. Well, I think what is more important is to have an understanding, because when you have an understanding why you need to do something, you are empowered to do that thing even better. So goals is not just about, rules and, everybody just has to set goals. You have to understand the concept behind setting goals. The concept is this, right? Your mind requires a focus. Everyone's mind, as human beings, God created us in such a way by design that our minds needs a focus. Once our minds get that focus, it gives a response to your potentials and activate your potentials. So there are certain things that you will never be able to do, or you will never see you can do, even though you have the potentials in you, unless you put a focus on your mind. And that's what goal setting is all about. Goal setting helps your potentials to come alive. It activates your potentials. Let's just paint a simple picture of probably, this is on the negative side. Maybe you have a fear, for example, of, a dog coming to bite you, or you see, a wild animal trying to catch you or bite you, and you respond. How do you respond? You can respond to the extent that you can run so fast, and that you never known that you could run as fast as that, and you could jump so high. So because your mind, even though it's a negative focus, by that fear, because of the focus that you get through that fear, potentials of even physical abilities, rise up within you. The same way when you give your mind a focus. So as you start off a new month, start off a new year, your mind needs a focus to begin to activate certain potentials that are in you. Sometimes potentials look like they are not there. The potential of a seed is a tree. But if you look at a seed right now, it looks like, well, there's nothing beautiful about it. But the truth about it is that when you give your mind a focus, your potentials are activated. Now, but I wanted to also mention something that is really critical. What stops us from really activating these potentials and at least achieving a lot of our goals? The issue most of the time is negative emotions. There are many negative emotions that hinder the abilities of your potentials and your goal-setting abilities. Negative emotions like self-doubt, envy, anger, fear, anxiety. All these things come around to hinder you from your potentials and setting, right goals. So how do I deal with it? Where is the source of all negative emotions? I'll give you some few tips, and I believe it will help you. Number one, that gives you these negative emotions or allow these negative emotions to continuously rise is justification. What do I mean by justification? If you can justify why you are angry, why you feel negative, you will never be able to overcome those negative emotions. Most of us justify those negative emotions. I'm angry because this person made me angry. I'm angry, or I'm feeling anxious because this is how this society is. Well, once you keep on justifying those negative emotions, you can never overcome them. So justification, then rationalization. You rationalize it. I'm this way because this is how my mom treated me. This is how my dad treated me. So justification and rationalization always eventually makes us feel that somebody or something is the reason for our problem. Something else is the reason for our problem, and you don't take charge of your life. And those negative emotions keep on coming and hindering your growth. Another thing that brings a lot of negative emotions is a high level of over concern about the opinions, how people view you. When you are too sensitive to the opinions of others, you end up stifling your progress. You end up always thinking about what somebody else thinks about you or feels about you, and it brings negative emotions. Oh, I'm not looking good. Oh, this is what they said about me, or this is what this person thinks about me, and you end up not dealing properly with those negative emotions. The last one is probably not the least, but is one of the most important ones, is blaming others. Unfortunately, sometimes Christians find themselves here because they have found a negative figure called Satan to blame all their troubles on. It's called the accuser of the brethren, and it's called Satan, and we blame him for all our failures. We blame him for all the issues. As long as you keep on blaming somebody else and you don't take charge of your life, those negative emotions will continuously hinder your goal-setting abilities. But I'm so happy that you have this understanding. One of the things is that you've been able to identify these issues. Once you can identify these issues and the negative emotions they bring, you can begin to overcome them, because really, once you begin to give your mind a focus, your potentials begin to rise, your capabilities. You will just see that the things you thought you couldn't do, you begin to do them as you give your mind a focus. God bless you and have a good day.